Hello, I'm Justin Hazelton. You may remember me from such classics as that movie that has never been made, and wait, who is this guy? Welcome to the first ever annual shout-out extravaganza. I'm just making that up. Now, I put all of your names in alphabetical order because what do I look like, some kind of caveman? I'm going to do this the right way or I'm not going to do it at all. And this is like my 5th take, so I just might not do it. If you're seeing this video, I did do it, so don't start freaking out. First up, Mariah Bennett. The first thing I noticed in your profile is that among artists like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, you put that you liked one of my all-time favorite bands and one of the reasons I got into music to begin with, Green Day. Now, I find it so ironic that a punk rock band, or what was a punk rock band, like Green Day, has found themselves so often clutched between pop star after pop star after pop star. And let's face it, kids in 1994 were probably listening to them between Third Eye Blind and whatever other generic alternative band was around at that particular time in music. So, let's face it, Green Day has always been a punk rock band for fans who just aren't fans of punk rock. I also noticed that you liked Family Guy twice, which leads me to just one conclusion. You are Seth MacFarlane. Case closed. Now, I promised every person that liked my status and chose to be in the shout-out video that I would ask them a question for no other reason than to make the video interesting and have a comment board longer than a half a comment under the video. So, my question to you is, I noticed that you liked a particular group in your profile called Ask a Stupid Question, Get a Stupid Answer, or something like that. Now, I've heard that phrase a lot, but I'm always curious. What is the stupidest question you've ever been asked? And don't say something like the one I just asked you, because that's mean and I'll probably start crying. Next. Brittany Danielle. Again, you're one of those people that I hadn't really talked to that much before I started making this video, so I kind of had to skim your profile and find things that I thought were worth commenting on. You wrote a description of yourself in your place wherever the description goes on a Facebook page. You consider yourself a diamond in the rough. Now, what's a diamond doing on a golf course? And if you weren't in the rough, would you be in the bunker? Would you be in the green? I'd be in the hole. I'd be right there. I would be the hole-in-one. And that led me to think, why don't billionaires play golf with diamonds? That would be the ultimate bragging rights. It's like, oh, Jerry, you brought yourself another car home. I played golf with a diamond I bought from K Jewelers. Yes. Oh, I got plus 20 points. I didn't play very well at all. Let's talk about something else. But yeah, that's how I imagine that conversation going in my head. And there's this picture, your profile picture, in the bottom right corner. What the hell am I screwing with that for? In the bottom right corner, you have the word Rockstar up the side. Can I have your autograph? That's not the question I was going to ask you, but I'm planning on being a rock star myself, and it's always nice to have references, you know what I mean? You got to get into the business somehow. I mean, if my uncle were Bob Dylan, you bet your butt I would be calling him every day asking for, like, some kind of a referral to a major label or something. Question. I noticed that you're under political views, you had Democratic Party. Under religious beliefs, you had Baptist. Is it sometimes hard to reconcile your political beliefs with your religious beliefs? It's just a thought. Like, I am assuming you're a party-line Democrat who believes pro-choice, and at least you believe in gay civil unions, so do you have to kind of pick parts of the Bible that you believe, or do you believe in the whole thing? And if you don't feel comfortable with answering that question, I totally understand. Next, Patrick Doran. I believe I am pronouncing that as incorrectly as can possibly be pronounced. Unless maybe I did something like Patrick, but I didn't. I noticed you're a Death Cab for Cutie fan, which earned you 50 cool points in my book right off the bat, because Death Cab is my favorite band of all time. They are quite simply musical ecstasy, and they have influenced my beliefs on music and how to tackle writing a song more than just about any other band. Also, you're part of this group that accuses Hot Topic of being racist. Now, of all the problems I've had with Hot Topic in my life, I don't think racism was ever one of them, but if you're going to smear a group, you might as well put all your back into it. While we're at it, Hot Topic slits the throats of newborn babies to ink their t-shirts. Alright. Now, my question. I noticed that under your activities you had cash. So my question to you is, what's your favorite Johnny Cash song? And I know that that's not the kind of cash you meant, but I didn't feel like asking you what you liked about money, because I know what you like about money. Also, I was originally going to ask you what your favorite Death Cab for Cutie song was, but I thought that was too predictable. Ryan DeBoyson. Ryan DeBoyson. I have no idea how to actually pronounce that. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce it correctly, because I'm a disrespectful jerk. You're a Buddhist, which is going to be exciting, because I live in Graham, and boy, meeting somebody that isn't a Baptist in Graham is like meeting a leprechaun in the center of the earth while you're on Mars. You might ask how that would work. Exactly. You also despise Justin Bieber, considering you've been joined at least 2 groups that involve Justin Bieber now. It's hard to share a first name with a guy like Justin Bieber, or Justin Timberlake, or Justin Hitler. You know what I'm saying? So, my question to you is, besides my first name, how else do I resemble Justin Bieber? Do I sound like him? Do I have the same complexion? I know I don't have the same hair color. Just because I've never heard one of his songs doesn't mean I ain't seen that little guy. I know what he looks like. Randall Stewart Hall. How you doing? I think you were the first shout-out video I was ever mentioned in, and I think I've been mentioned in 3. By the time I made this video, it could be up to 4 or 5, because I've liked some shout-out announcements that have yet to actually result in a video, but I'm sure will in no time, because if there's one thing college students don't do, it's procrastinate. You know what I'm saying, brother? Your shout-out video. I'm going to give you an impression of how that went. Hi. The first person I want to talk about... I'm just kidding. The point is, you talk kind of slowly, which... there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not used to it, because my family is full of people who talk like this, you know what I mean? They talk really, really, really fast, and they talk about things that you don't even know what they're talking about, and they don't give you time to butt in or say anything yourself, because they're too busy flapping their jaw and going on and on and on, and hey, this is a nice carpet, are you a fan of cheese? I have mental problems with that kind of thing. You helped me out with the 1,000 comment extravaganza, so you get a lot of respect from me for that. I believe that we were 2 of only 7 or 8 people that ended up turning what was essentially a very boring, somewhat non sequitur of a status update. It really didn't have anything to say except I love you. But we turned it into history. We did something monumental with that status update, my friend. It's going to go in the record books of mine that I'm writing for myself because I'm lonely. Question. You sang Don't Stop Believing in this karaoke video you linked. At what point in a person's life is it time to just stop believing? Should I stop believing in 10 years, or when I die, or should I have stopped believing already? You probably think I should have. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you like me, alright? Right? Please say you like me. Miguel Angel Hernandez. Miguel, right? Something like that? Am I close? I should be able to pronounce that. I think I've met a couple of Miguels in my life before. You're a fan of anime, I noticed. You link anime, like, entire anime series occasionally on your Facebook page. And yes, you were also a contributor to the 1,000 comment bonanza. Man, I just can't stop talking about that, can I? But what I found most interesting, and what is related to the question I'm about to ask you, is that you put penguins under your political beliefs. Now, what is your opinion on potential cuts to penguin Medicare? It's one of the most serious issues of our time. I mean, if they cut penguin Medicare, how are the old, graying, retiree penguins going to be able to play golf with diamonds? I'll leave that one up to you. Javier Navarro. I know I pronounced Javier right. If I didn't pronounce Javier right, I should have. And you need to get the pronunciation of your name changed, because Javier, now that's a name you don't want to get into a fist fight with. You have a lot of Dawkins books in your profile. Now, books like The God Delusion. I, too, am an atheist, but I consider myself kind of a moderate, easygoing fella. Not the kind of guy that likes to look down on religious people or call myself, you know, infer that I'm more intelligent. And I'm not saying you do that. I'm sure you don't, but Mike, that's just something I noticed. But I noticed something else that was totally awesome, that means we should totally be friends or something. You like the Angry Video Game Nerd, as do I. I am a huge fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd. I've seen all of his videos. I have a playlist of all of his videos that are on YouTube, because you can't make playlists on game trailers. Now, I don't know how big a fan you are of the nerd. You joined his Facebook page, which leads me to assume you've at least watched half of one of his videos. So my question is, what is your favorite Angry Video Game Nerd episode? Mine is Action 52, I think. I love that video. It's the longest video he's ever done, and it's got some of his most creative quotes, while at the same time keeping what his best traits are done to a T, done perfectly. So it's one of my favorites just because of that. Not my all-time favorite. Need I correct myself? Halen Rose, something like that. Is the J silent? That's one question I've got. I'm gonna go along with, I'm just gonna call you Rose for now, because I'm comfortable with Rose because I know how to pronounce it. And I'm comfortable with words I know how to pronounce. Yep. You're a fan of South Park, I noticed on your Facebook profile. I'm a fan of South Park, too. South Park is cool. And then, I decided to trawl your groups, and I noticed a bit of irony. You joined a page that involves telling a 12-year-old to stop cursing, I believe. I don't remember exactly what it's called, because it's been 2 seconds ago, but basically it calls out 12-year-olds for cursing, so is it ironic that you like a show that features 8-year-olds swearing constantly, but you're telling 12-year-olds not to curse? Do you feel uncomfortable watching South Park sometimes just because of that? I'm sure I'm just taking your group selection too seriously. I should shut my hole. What's your favorite South Park episode is my question to you. Moving on. Crystal Smith. You messaged me about your enjoyment of my sense of humor, which is very cerebral and intelligent and very rooted in the likes of the great Socrates and Aristotle, who weren't even funny. I don't know why I'm referencing them. I didn't prepare for this video. Yep. You're a Beatles fan, too. I love the Beatles. I own, like, every album from A Hard Day's Night all the way up to Abbey Road. Except I don't own Let It Be yet. I should own Let It Be because it's got Across the Universe. It's got Let It Be, obviously, the title track. It's got The Long and Winding Road. It's got Get Back, which is an alright song, I guess. Of course, an alright song with the Beatles would be a great song in anybody else's discography. Kind of like they raised the bar, you know. And my question for you is, you were wearing like a straw hat in your profile picture. Did you sew it yourself? I'm sure I know the answer to that one already. Angela Tete. Okay, I said your name. I can calm down now. We've chatted a lot on Facebook and on Facebook chat. Not just me and you, but in groups, and had crazy conversations. And what I noticed about you is you seem to take the role as the voice of reason, while me and I guess Teddy and Courtney are babbling about being raped by Chris Hansen or something like that. You're usually the one kind of sitting in the background going, calm down, guys. Talk about something even remotely normal. And every group needs a mediator like that, you know? Just to balance things out, get the chemicals flowing evenly. And by chemicals, I mean conversation. I was thinking of the song The Chemicals Between Us by Bush, even though I've never heard of it before. Or heard it before. I've heard of it, obviously, because I just referenced it. But I've never heard the song. Someone tell me if that song's good or not. I have a question. When did you begin to shape your political views? I shaped mine in around 2008. Of course, I'd been thinking about politics earlier than that. But it was 2008 when, you know, McCain and Obama were going at it that I really began to pay attention and read the news every day and form my individual opinion on how our country should be run. Personally, I think it should be run right into the ground. Who's next? Patrick Tao. You know, if I'd have made this video a week again, I would have called you Patrick Toe. But you linked that video of yourself playing guitar with some albino fella, and he called you Patrick Tao. And I was like, duh, because that's how the word toe is pronounced in real life. Obviously. Oh, we're getting off to a great start here, aren't we, man? I'm sorry. You commented on Iray's name in your own shout-out video. You said that you hope that her parents did not make her middle name Loves. And I vehemently disagree with you. I wish that they had. Because, man, what an awesome thing that would be. I mean, I can just imagine Iray's parents sitting around going, how can we make our daughter's name into a complete sentence? I got it! Her last name's Yu, like Y-O-O, only people are gonna pronounce it like it's Y-O-U, so let's make her middle name Loves, and dang, that's such a good idea, I need to go change my pants. Anyway, speaking of names, oh wait, I already said what I wanted to say about your name. Looks like I got my script mixed up a little bit. Yeah, I'm actually doing this with a script, can you believe that? Actually, it's not actually a script, it's just a list of the names what I kind of want to talk about with them, and then the question. Speaking of question, you're a guitar player, much like myself, and if your shout-out video is any indication, you're somewhere between Jimmy Page and Jesus Christ on the guitar. You are one bad dude. And I'm talking about that shout-out video. Keep that in mind. So my question to you is, when did you first pick up the guitar? Like what year or how many years ago? And did you learn bar chords first or neck chords? Because I learned bar chords first. I started out learning Green Day and Nirvana covers. So all I used was this one hand formation for 1 year, and I would just fiddle around on the guitar with nothing but bar chords, and I felt bad about it until I started learning neck chords and gradually began shaping myself up to be the relatively good guitar player that I am today. So that's my question to you. And finally, last but not least, Jacquala Wade. You know, that name sounds vaguely French. Jacquala Mon Chéri. Lee? Jacquala Wade, you teamed up with me last night to have a debate over Pokemon plot and characterization in the video games, which has to be one of the top 3 nerdiest moments of my entire life, I swear to God. I stayed up for an hour of my life talking about the plot of games intended for 8 to 12-year-olds with 2 other people on a Facebook group. I felt like I should have been 500 pounds and smelled of nacho cheese. Nothing personal. I'm just saying. It was really nerdy. But it's okay to nerd out occasionally, isn't it? Sure is. I also noticed that in your profile picture, you're an anime character. I've never met an anime character in real life. I have so many questions, but I'm only going to ask you this one question. Since you're just an outline and coloring and an animated being, if I poured water on you, will you melt? Because, like, I don't want to be talking with you about the shape of Yu-Gi-Oh cards while drinking a can of Coke and all of a sudden trip and spill Coke on you and make your arm fall off or something. You know, because that's the kind of social faux pas that makes me just want to hide in my room and slit my wrists. Well, that's the end of my shout-out video. I hope I didn't offend all of you to the point where you never want to speak with me again. Because after this video, I don't want to speak with me again. Really. Alright, so seriously, I had a lot of fun with this. If anybody wanted to be in the video but didn't get to like my status fast enough, just like this video, and I'll get to you in a later date. So long.